check out this old piece. Anyways, here's a little quick tip on setting low pressure switches. When I got here this morning, this unit wasn't running, so I started checking power and all the usual stuff. It's been warmer here. It's a little cold today, but the reason this unit wasn't running was because the cut in was set too high. So as soon as I adjusted that accordingly, it goes based off outdoor temperature and your box temperature. So once I set it, started running, everything checked out fine, checked my pressures, and then I readjusted my pressure switch with my little stubby gauge on the suction line just to verify, because I mean, never go off of what these numbers say, because 9 times out of 10 that's not going to be very accurate. And I'll put a picture. Most manufacturers will have it in the literature, the manual, and I'll just they're all the same, just different refrigerants. Obviously it's just a little bit different, so I'll put one that I have in my truck right now. For, like I said, it just goes based off your outdoor temp and your box temp, and which is going to be the lowest. Like here in Texas, this box should be running at 0, but it's not going to get 0 degrees outside, so I'll just set it to 0 degrees. I'll look at my chart and I'll set the pressures according to that. But in other states where it gets below 0, then you use your ambient temperature, because that's going to be your coldest temperature. Well, here's one of the manuals I have on the truck. It's got pretty good info. Let's see, it's right here. So, recommended initial low pressure control settings, your refrigerants, and it says minimum system temperature is the coldest point in the system, whether it is the outdoor ambient or the refrigerated temperature. So there, that's a freezer, so it's gonna run between 0 or -10. So and it is R404A, so they want the maximum cut in 20 and the cutout between 5 and 1 psi. I set the cutout around 2 or 3. I don't want it to go below 1 and go into a vacuum. Those pressure switches will drift a little bit over time, so 2 or 3, 4, even 5 psi is okay. And the cut in, I still think that's kind of maybe a little bit too high. I set it for like 12 psi. It says they're preset at 15 and 3, which is pretty decent for a freezer. But if, say, you're working on a cooler and it's R22 and the coldest it gets outside's 20 degrees, you'll set your maximum cut in at 40 or 35, and then your cutout 15. And then these are recommended high pressure cutouts for R22 and 404A. It goes over evaporator superheat, compressor superheat, return gas temperature, discharge line. So yeah, that's about it. Also on the KE2 evaporator efficiency controllers, if your low pressure cut-in isn't set up correctly, you'll get a lot of slow superheat alarms. The controller will go into refrigeration mode, energize your solenoid, but your unit won't kick on for a little bit because your low pressure switch is set too high, especially in colder weather. It'll take a little bit for the pressure to build in the evaporator. So within 2 minutes, it'll start throwing low superheat alarms, and that can get annoying. So just keep that in mind also with those KE2 controllers.